Let's do some fact-checking. Senator Imee Marcos on Monday claimed that no child starved in the past as she went on to tout abundance of the ever-famous nutribun in schools during her father's heavy-handed rule. This is a fact check from News 5. Her statement is false. Imee Marcos visited Davao City to thank the people who voted for her brother. In her message to supporters in Barangay Buhangin, Imee Marcos yet again boasted about nutribun, which many of their loyalists attribute to the late dictator. Nutribun, walang nagugutom na bata noon. Kay nutribun ang sagana. Sabi ni Marcos, kapag kakainin mo, parang semento sa tiyan, may kasama pang tagaktak ng clean na gatas. Ang mga lolas at mommies talagang fully charged hanggang ngayon dahil powered by nutribun. Rating nito, false. The facts are, nutribun was a widely distributed snack in feeding programs to help fight malnutrition among children. But contrary to claims, this was a project developed by the United States Agency for International Development in the 1970s. It ended in 1997. Local and foreign media have documented cases of starvation during the dictatorial rule of Marcos Sr. One notable case was the Negros famine in the 1980s. In an article, the Washington Post wrote that the famine was closely tied to the decline of the sugar industry in Negros. Local groups also blamed Roberto Benedicto, a Marcos crony and appointed head of the National Sugar Trading Corporation, for passing the losses to sugar planters. When the market fell, planters were left with $400 million in debts. Through it all, the worst hit have been the hacienda workers, most of whom were paid well below the minimum farm wage even in good times and lived at below the poverty line, read the report. It added that at least 74% of the 946,000 children below 15 years old in Negros Occidental were estimated to be suffering from various degrees of malnutrition. Negros Occidental has around 2.2 million citizens when the article was published. John Silva, an acclaimed author, also took a now famous photo of a malnourished child in Negros during the famine. I was in high school during martial law, and in 1974, my class in St. Teresa's College, Cebu, went to a hospital to visit the children because we had a nutrition class. And we went to a ward where there were a lot of children who were very thin, like skin and bones. And we were providing packs of dried mungo powder, dried banana powder, because this would help fight diarrhea and give protein to the children. As early as 1974, I saw hungry children in the hospital, and this happened in Cebu. The famine in Negros is another story. Imee Marcos needs to be fact-checked because of her statement which said no child starved in the past.